Good morning. I'd like to call to order this organizational meeting of the Monroe County Board of Finance. It is February 1st, 2023. And the first order of business is approval of the minutes for January 26, 2022.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
And next is election of officers for the 2023 Board of Finance.
I move that Lee Jones be the chair of the Monroe County Board of Finance for 2023.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 I move that we appoint the treasurer, Jessica McClellan, as secretary of the Board of Finance.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. And now, Treasurer McClellan, presentation of Monroe County's public funds investment.
Good morning, Commissioners. The Board of Finance meets once a year to approve our annual investment policy. This policy, we do get asked for this every year by State Board of Accounts and other organizations like when we bond, so it's very important that we have this. This is the same investment policy that the state uses, and I'll go over it pretty quickly. We've seen it many times over the years. Number 3, authority to invest. The responsibility for conducting investment transactions resides with the county treasurer. 4, prudence. Judgment and care shall be used. The kind of judgment and care which persons of prudence, discretion, and intelligence exercise in the management of their own affairs. I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention that that kind of language is in this policy. Our objectives are safety, liquidity, and return on investment. That's number 5. The safety of principal is the foremost objective of this investment program, and liquidity so that we have sufficient liquidity in our cash to meet the county's needs. Number 6 is what kind of deposit accounts the county is allowed to have. I is called a NOW account, which is an older kind of banking account, which I have never seen. We have savings accounts. We can have CDs. We have money market deposit accounts, interest-bearing accounts set up by a financial institution, repurchase agreements, which I have never used or seen much of. So we at the county have savings accounts and a checking account. Number 7 is about interest rate solicitation, that you have to go out and obtain quotes. And then it goes through all the steps for how to do that. Number 8 is the county's authorized investments, and this is also the same as the state. We can invest in securities backed by the full faith and credit of the United States Treasury, securities backed by the government, a federal agency, a federal instrumentality, municipal securities backed by Indiana local governmental entity or the state. So that's what that section is about. And number 4, Trust Indiana, which we do use, which is a local government investment pool. And then number 9, the last item in the investment policy is final maturity. Up to 25% of the county portfolio and can be invested for terms of 2 to 5 years. Monroe County has an ordinance approved by the council to be able to invest 5 to 10 years. So we have an additional amount of investment maturity time. And that is everything that is in this investment policy. It's the same as last year.
And let's find that. Oh, here it is. All right, next we have
I think if you don't have any questions, we could move for approval of the investment policy so that we can get signatures on it.
Yes. Any questions from the board?
No.
No. Is there any public comment on this? Seeing none, is there any on? No, there's none there either. Seeing none, may I have a motion?
I move that we accept Monroe County's public funds investment management policy for 2023.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of approving Monroe County's public investment policies, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Now we can move on. If you'd like, I can just continue on through the final pages and give you a summary of what happened last year. Our investment income was up a little bit last year. In 2021, we had just over $100,000 in investment income, and this year we have $376,000 in investment income. It's still very, very low. If you could turn to this chart. This chart is showing months, all of our interest-bearing accounts and by month. And if you can find June, starting in June, our interest began to pick up, and we will continue to see that throughout 2023. So our totals in June start to pick up. It's at $24,418 for that month. And it stays pretty consistent, as high as $90,000 in investment income in January. So that's great. So we look forward to having a better year in 2023. All right, I'm required to present to the county the approved depositories list. That is this list. It is from the State Treasurer's Office. These are all the banks that public entities are allowed to deposit money in because they're insured by the Public Deposit Insurance Fund. And then this page, the current cash on hand. Sorry, I'm going kind of fast. I know you have a long day. You have a marathon meeting today. This is a list of all of our accounts and how much is in each account. There are not account numbers or anything like that on this sheet. You can see that we have, I think it's of interest that we have $12 million in Trust Indiana, and we are getting a very, very good rate of return on that. And then our final page that is also required to be presented to the Board of Finance every year is the list of checks that we've canceled that are over 2 years old. And the Auditor's Office and the Treasurer's Office, we follow up with all departments all year long, trying to get them to contact their vendors or their payees and get these checks cashed. This list seems to get smaller every year, so I think we're doing a good job. That concludes the presentation for the Board of Finance. If you have any other questions for me, I can take them.
I don't have any.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Should we adjourn?
Yes,
I move we adjourn the 2023 meeting.
Second.
we're adjourned.
All right, thank you.